Okay guys, welcome back to the mill. Try my best to remember, we have tons and tons of new viewers and new subscribers. My name is Eric Champion. My son Matthew and I work together. We run a sawmill business in western North Carolina. We saw 5-6 days a week, people. Been sawing for over 10 years. The last couple of years it's 5-6 days a week. Try not to do Saturday, but you know, we're self-employed. If you gotta work, make money, you gotta work. So, today's project, we got some cherry. We're gonna go into it, or not cherry, real world, cedar. You know, we're just real people. Can't talk some days. We got some cedar for a customer we're gonna go into. Hang on, we'll be right back. Okay guys, thanks for coming back. A little tech tip of the day, trash boxes. If you watch any of our videos, you know we got two of them. We got this old one, it needs replaced, and we got the new one sitting on the other end of the building. If you don't have one around your mill, I highly suggest you build one. They're great. They're a great asset. Anytime we're sawing and we get something that is too short to go on the forks but needs to be thrown away, we can walk over here, throw it in the box, and we don't have to pick it up again. The other thing is like this log. Customer brought 3 logs. He's got a 11-11 and a 13.5. And this end is not very good the way it tapers, so I'm gonna saw it off to make them all even 11s. The stacks will work better, and I don't wanna have to pick it up because that's a pretty sizable chunk of wood, so we're gonna saw it off, put it right in the box. Just that easy, and I don't have to hurt my back trying to move it. So we're gonna let Matthew get this and load it up, and we'll get sawing it. Okay guys, little intermix here. Had a good customer, Mr. Viner showed up this morning. Matthew Pan over here. We got some Dawn redwood in the other day, and he wanted one of the logs cut up into bowl blanks. And he come by this morning to pick them up. This is Larry, woodworker extraordinary.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell him on camera, he's supposed to send me some pictures when he turns these bowls, these blanks into bowls. So look for on social media, well, even on YouTube. I'll probably post on YouTube when he gets them. What, 2 or 3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Got dry first.
Anyway, when he sends some pictures back, I'll post them. This is some beautiful wood, so we'll get him loaded up and he can get back home. Oh, that's a piece of oak I think groaning.
I think it's heavy enough as it is, Eric.
That's gonna be some big bowls.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna cut it in half.
Oh, you're gonna cut it in half again?
Yeah, I want 6 or 8 inches. Somebody didn't saw this in half, Eric.
Somebody was cheap. Oh,
God,
what?
that's pretty. Look at that.
Looks good inside.
God,
It's gonna be some pretty stuff.
it is.
Okay guys, we're back. Mr. Larry just drove off. I was aggravating him. I said, you wore your old clothes, but at least you had on clean underwear. He said, go ahead, put that in there for my wife. So that's for you, honey. He was clean. Good old gentleman. He does a lot of good work working. We hope to see him again soon. Let's get back to talking about this cedar. Now, cedar logs can be nice, round, beautiful. We've got a couple here that are not too bad. And then they can be like this one, ugly. You know, we're real small on this end, you know, 14 inches, 9 inches, and that end's got a big bell on it. two ways to solve this, and it depends on you or your customer. What are you looking to get out of it? Now, if you're wanting 2-inch live edge, we just saw right through it and leave it the way it is, and it'll yield a lot. And if a customer says, oh, I gotta have 1/8, well, he ain't gonna get many out of this log, because that right there is it. The rest of it would be throwaway, and we don't like to do that. What I'll probably do with this log, come right across the top, maybe try to come out about here, take another cut and get a short board, and then take another cut and come all the way out the end flat. We'll roll it up, and we just basically gonna have to waste this most of this side. And I'm gonna end up giving him one by whatever we can get, and I'm gonna leave one side more than likely live edge, because there's such a taper in this log. If I try to make it a true 1/8, 1/9, whatever, we're gonna throw away a lot of good cedar wood. Now, I know a lot of guys in the South, you move down Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, they seem to be covered up with cedar. Here in Western North Carolina, this stuff is going away. So many people love it. So many people cut it and saw it up, but nobody's replanting it. And this stuff grows slow. Now, this tree here is 35, 40-year-old. It takes a long time to make a cedar tree in Western North Carolina. So they're becoming a lot more scarce around here. So if you got them in your area, be thankful. You'll probably have people from different areas come to buy them. So let's get the sawmill fired up, take a couple cuts, and we'll see if anything changes. Once we kind of get it squared up a little bit, we may have to modify our plan, but this is where we're going to start. Okay guys, you can see all the ants crawling out of here. This is a rot resistant, bug resistant wood, but when it has heart rot, like this tree does, the ants will move in and they'll eat this rotting wood and build their nest, because they know this tree will last a long time laying on the ground rotting. Hate to make it mess up their happy home, but they got to go away. We got two sides fairly well square. It's not that good a log. You can see the heart defect in it here. So we're gonna turn it up and just basically cut it right down this face. Leave one side live edge. It's the best we can do. It's a real low grade log. So he'll get back the best we can get out of the log he brought. So let's get back to salt. Okay guys, the reason I stopped here, as we were sawing this log, it become a little bit better. This first cut or two right here is going to have a little bark on it, but it's 9 tall, so there'll be about 7 good 8-inch wide boards, and that'll work out good for the customer. We got this pile over here that we're going to go through. Some of them will be good at 11 feet. Some of them will shorten up and run through the edger, get the most we can out of them. We're trying to maximize the yield out of that. Anything we need to add on that, Matthew? Other than it's beautiful, it smells good. Got a little ant problem, but they'll be gone here shortly. These boards here, they're going to have some defect, but they may be very pretty defects. We'll find out when we get through sawing it up. So hang on, let's make boards out of it. Okay guys, we finished up that first log. All the nice 1x8s are on the bottom, and these are the ones that ended up kind of live edge. We got a few over here that we're going to edge later. My goal for this log was to give them the best lumber possible out of the log they brought. You know, I can't make 1x12s out of a log that won't saw. So there's some beautiful live edge stuff here. Got a lot of wormholes. Depending on how they want to use it, could be pretty. He may saw this off and use this part, might get rid of the rest. I don't know. But if we don't send it to him, he won't have it to use. So that's why it looks a little ugly. But it could be pretty, depending on how you want to use it. We're going to jump on these other 2 logs, get them run through, and we'll come back when we're going to edge all our flitches. So hang on, we'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back. If you watched all that, we greatly appreciate it. We got all 3 logs sawed up. We kept the best material here. Some of it's live edge, some of it's 1x10, some of it's 1x8. The rest over here on the mill and on the floor are all our flitches. We're gonna run them through our wood-mizer EG100 and make as good as we can out of it. Here's the other little tech tip for the day. When a customer drops you off this kind of wood, go ahead and explain to them what they're gonna get back. You know, they may be thinking they're gonna get beautiful boards like this, and they end up with boards like this, full of holes, full of heart rot. If you see that in your material, in the log, go ahead and point that out to the customer in case they don't know. Hey guy, you know when you get this back, there's gonna be a lot of defects. And they may be happy with it. Did y'all hear the big boom? Wolf Tree Service, subcontractor for our local utilities out here finishing up the right-of-way. Hopefully we'll get our power run here shortly. That's a story unto itself, but we're thankful. So our next goal is to get all these flitches, there's probably not 10 or 12 of them, run through here and make the best we can out. So hang on and we'll watch this thing run. Okay guys, for all you new viewers, if you've never seen a wood-mizer edger or any kind of edger, we're gonna do a quick overview on it. This machine itself has 2 blades. This one runs parallel to a fence over there that we can use or not use, and this is your movable blade. Anywhere from 1 inch up to 12 inches. That's what a 2-blade edger is, people. It just takes these ugly flitches, makes pretty square boards out of them without us having to put them back on the mill. So we're gonna clean that sawdust out, then we're gonna get started edging. Okay, guys, that's gonna do it for today. We ended up with a beautiful stack of cedar. Now, we talked about that from the beginning. This is not primo stuff. There's a few boards in there that were super nice, but for most of them, they're gonna have defects. They're gonna have some heart rot. That won't dry good. It will dry very brittle and fall out. But I can only saw the best I can out of the logs they brought me. So we yielded about 430 board feet out of those 3 cedar logs, which I thought was exceptional. I hope that helps. I hope you learned something. That's my whole goal with this YouTube, is to try to be helpful to the next generation. I watched a lot of YouTube videos when I started. You know, you don't know everything. The day you do need it, the day you do know everything, might be your last day. So we're always learning. I'm a YouTube fan. I love watching YouTube. I watch YouTube for 2 things: education, information. Well, technically 3, I guess. Education, information is 1, and to be entertained a little bit. And the YouTubers I like to watch, they get good educational value and good entertainment value. I like watching what they do, keeping up with their family and stuff. By now, you all know that Matthew's wife, Caitlin, is pregnant. We're overjoyed. Probably the next video after this one, maybe. It might be before this one. I don't know. Probably after. We're going to do a gender reveal. Ain't but one person that knows. It's me. That's a very unusual feeling. And I'm going to do something special. It'll be it'll be different. But we'll get into that on the next video. Let's wrap this one up. Let's talk about our playlists, guys. Matthew and Solomon do all our videos, and all our videos, they try to break them out into different playlists. So if you're looking for something specific, go to the playlist. You won't have to scroll through a year's worth of videos. I think it's 500 something videos up, including the shorts. So it can be cumbersome. But if you go to the playlist, you can go through and break it down. There's some good tech tips, different sawing videos. You know, they're all titled in different things to help you find it. Same thing with our edger. You know, if you got questions about our edger, there's a specific section on the playlist dealing with the edger, from the putting it together to running it to lining it up, repairing it, different things. I'm gonna give a couple shout outs. If you hadn't checked out Chuck and Sandra from Shearton Park Farms, man, I suggest you do. They are a wonderful couple, a couple hours away. They live kind of halfway between Boone and where they just had the race the other day with brain dead, but they had the All-Star race right there. But they live in that area. They run a small homestead farm, do a wonderful job. Chuck's really tuned in to the homestead and the farming aspect. I've learned things from him that I didn't even know how to ask the right questions when it comes to what they're doing. You know, being beef, chicken, pork, poultry, or beef, pork, and poultry processors. And they grow it from, you know, start to finish. You see the whole process. Also, as always, we appreciate Joe Maine from Industrial Cutting Tools. We buy all our wood-mizer blades, sharpening equipment from them. Can't forget about Solomon, Third Beard Fishing. If you get a chance, check out his channel. And we had Shannon Bird up here the other day. He brought me some blades. I sharpened his blades. I believe he's got an LT15, but he runs a 417 saw shop out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. If you want to know anything about chainsaws, check him out. That's going to do it, guys. We greatly appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, comments, leave them below. If you would, like, subscribe, and share. And I really appreciate if you'd subscribe. About 75-77% of our viewers are not subscribed, so click that like button. Guys, we appreciate it. We'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.